Hello everyone. Our topic for today is all about culture systems and methods for finfishes and crustaceans. There are four types of culture systems relative to confinement. These are the pen culture, cage or pen culture, raceway culture, and the raft culture. First, let's talk about the pen culture. The pen culture involves raising aquatic organisms in natural or artificial pans. It is a static system where the water may be exchanged, but the organisms are contained within the pan boundaries. It is widely used for milkfish, shrimp, sea bass, siganid, tilapia, and etc. Second is the cage or pan culture. The cage or pan culture utilizes enclosed structures placed in natural water bodies like lakes, rivers, or the ocean. The organisms are confined within cages or pans, allowing water to flow freely. This is widely used for milkfish, grouper, sea bass, siganid, snapper, tilapia, and etc. Third is the raceway culture. The raceway culture employs long, narrow channels through which the water flows continuously. This is widely used for milkfish, grouper, sea bass, siganid, tilapia, and etc. Last is the raft culture. The raft culture used primarily for mussel and the oyster. This method involves growing organisms on floating rafts in marine environments. The rafts support the organisms while allowing them to feed naturally from nutrients in the water. It is a method often used in the open ocean. Next topic is the methods of culture relative to species combination. There are three types of methods. These are the monoculture or the single species. Second is the polyculture or the two or more species. And lastly is the integrated farming. First, let's talk about the monoculture or the single species. It is growing only in one type of crop or raising a single species of animal in a particular area. This approach simplifies management but can increase vulnerability to pests and diseases. It is either saline tilapia, milkfish, siganid, shrimp, prawn, or any other single species. Second is the polyculture or two or more species. It involves growing multiple species of plants or animals together in the same area to increase the biodiversity and sustainability. This method can lead to healthier ecosystems and reduce the need for chemical inputs. It is primarily used for shrimp and the milkfish. The shrimp is the main crop while the milkfish is the janitor. Last is the integrated farming. The integrated farming is a comprehensive approach that combines the crops, livestock, and sometimes aquaculture in a synergistic manner, aiming to recycle nutrients and resources within the farm to reduce waste and enhance sustainability and efficiency. These are divided into two, the livestock plus fish and the fish plus the chicks. Next topic is the methods for culture relative to levels of production. There are four methods of culture relative to levels of production. These are the extensive culture, modified extensive, semi-intensive culture, and last is the intensive culture. Let's talk about first the extensive culture. The extensive culture utilizes large areas of land or water with minimal management and low input of resources. It relies heavily on the natural environment for the growth of the organisms, often resulting in lower yields. Second is the modified extensive culture. So this is a step up from a extensive culture. This approach still uses large areas but incorporates some level of management and input such as the fertilization or feeding to increase the production without intensive labor or high cost. Third is the semi-intensive culture. The semi-intensive culture balances between the extensive and intensive methods, using more inputs and management practices such as controlled feeding and some water quality management to achieve higher yields than extensive methods but with lower inputs than intensive culture. So last is the intensive culture. The intensive culture requires a high level of management and input, including controlled environments, high quality feed, and close monitoring of conditions. So these methods aims for the highest possible yield per unit area but involves higher cost and resources. Next topic is methods of culture relative to natural food. So first is the plankton method. First, plankton are suspended microscopic plants and animals at the phyto and zoo, growing within the water column, most especially in the upper or surface layer. This natural food passively drift with and float in the water. So the plant or phytocomponent of the plankton include the first green algae, second is the blue or green algae, third is the diatoms, fourth is the euglonoids, and fifth is the dinoflagellates. Second is the lub-lub method. The lub-lub is an association of phytoplanktons, zooplanktons, filamentous algae, and worms growing at the bottom surface of beds. So since they grow at the bottom, and so they are called benthic algae. Last is the lumut method. The lumut are filamentous grass green algae that start to grow at the bottom surface of plant, and it continues to grow up to water surface. So there are three kinds of lumut. First is the Chaetomorphalinum. It is unbranched filamentous grass green algae. Second is the Cladophora. It is a branched filamentous grass green algae. And last is the Enteromorpha intestinalis or tubulosa or bitukang manok.